I'm going to chunk and dice pineapple. First, cut off the tops and bottoms. Then we're going to cut 2 slices down the middle to have 4 sections. And now we have 4 quarters, and we're going to slice out the core. Now we're going to cut a couple slices down running parallel with the length of the piece of pineapple. Now we're going to run perpendicular, cutting to the skin, but not through the skin. And I'm using my knuckles as a guide. Next, we're going to make 1 cut, rotate, make another cut. And now we have some diced pineapple here, and we're going to cut the rest. Now we have diced pineapple. So maybe you just want to chunk pineapple, and that's totally cool too. We'll take one of our quarters, cut out the core, and then we can either make small chunks or big chunks. We'll make small chunks. I'm going to run 1 cut down to the skin but not through the skin, and use my knuckles as a guide, and then run parallel with my knife, slice down. And now we have chunks of pineapple. I'm going to slice and dice an onion. First, start by cutting it in half. I'm going to peel off the dead skin. Make slices 3/4 of the way through the onion. I'm going to make 1 cut on top, not all the way through, and it's still intact. And then we're going to slice to make diced pieces of onions. And now I'm going to show you how to dice a sweet potato. Again, the point is showing you the techniques so that you can do this efficiently in your kitchen. I have a sweet potato that's been peeled already. I'm going to cut one side of it off so that we have a flat area to work with so it's safe and sturdy when I'm cutting. Because sweet potatoes are really dense, that's very important. Now it's sturdy. And I'm going to make cuts to make planks. Now we're going to take these planks and we're going to slice just like this. And now we're going to do it again. And that's how you can dice items like a sweet potato. I'm going to chop cabbage and red peppers. Now, chop means to cut into small or big pieces. They're not uniform, and it's really, really easy to do. So first we'll start with the cabbage. I'm using just a downward motion, pressing slightly away from myself, using my fingers, my knuckles as a guide. And then I'm just going to chop the rest of it up. I'm putting my hand on top as a guide. Cut that up. And that's how you chop cabbage. Really simple. Now let's chop up the bell pepper. First I'll use that draw cut, pulling towards myself to open the pepper. I'm going to remove the seeds, take out the webbing. I'm going to initially make a couple slices, and then I'm just going to chop it up. Put my hand on top, and there you go. And when you chop, you keep your hand on top so your hand's safe, and you can keep the tip of your knife on the cutting board. And that's how you can chop. And now I'm going to chop up some kiwi, but first I'm going to show you one cool way that you can peel it. Start by cutting off the ends. Then you're going to take your knife and run it parallel with the cutting board, just like this, and roll the kiwi. And if you have a flexible knife, like a fillet knife, that will work even better. And then you're going to want to just clean some of that skin off. But now we have our kiwi. I'll make some initial slices, and now I'm just going to chop it up. And you'll notice how I have my hand on top, or you can use your knuckles as a guide and do the same principle. Keep your tip of your knife on the cutting board while you make that up and down chop. Let's do the same thing with raspberries. We're just going to do a rough chop for those. Now you know how to slice, dice, and chop with confidence.